Number 1, live in a modest home. According to Warren Buffett, a home is a place to live. Buffett could probably afford any home for sale in the US right now. But Warren Buffett still lives in the first home he got back in 1958 for $31,500 in Omaha. Warren says that if your house accommodates all your needs, why should you need to upgrade? So before buying an expensive home, ask yourself if you need it. Number 2, don't smoke or drink. Both smoking and drinking become very costly as we keep consuming them, as they require steady outlays of cash, and neither is healthy for you, which could mean increased medical bills down the road. Warren Buffett has never smoked or drunk alcohol. It's not luck that he's one of the wealthiest people in the world. Number 3, look for sales and deals. Whether we're talking about socks or stocks, I like buying quality merchandise when it is marked down, Buffett wrote in Berkshire Hathaway's 2008 letter to shareholders. It is excellent frugal advice for anyone looking to save some extra dollars. Number 4, don't gamble. The house always wins means the casino owners will always make a profit regardless of the successes of the patrons. Buffett knows this, saying that gambling is a tax on ignorance, so never get into gambling. Number 5, avoiding loans when possible. Warren Buffett's only loan was a mortgage for his vacation house. You may have no choice but to take out a loan to finance a home purchase. But when it comes to more minor expenses, you're better off saving up for those purchases, and if you take a loan, make sure it's going to give you more in return. Number 6, get a job you love instead of one that pays well. Warren Buffett believes that he was so successful in investing because he loved it. Buffett credits some of his success to his passion for investing. He says, you have to love something to do well at it, even if you can't quit your full-time job to focus on the things you genuinely enjoy. You can indeed find the time to create a side hustle with which you're genuinely passionate. And if you're looking for a way to boost your income, subscribe to FinTuber Talks. Number 7, don't upgrade possessions unless you have to. I don't throw anything away until I've had it 20 or 25 years, Buffett told Piers Morgan in 2013. Buffett used a Nokia flip phone for years, although he's since moved on to an iPhone. This wise frugal living advice is an excellent way to make the most of your items and avoid buying needlessly. Number 8, don't waste money on fancy restaurant meals. I don't like a $100 meal as well as a hamburger from McDonald's, Buffett told People magazine in 2017. Warren Buffett is rich enough to eat the most expensive food available, but he opts to maintain his eating habits modest. His daughter said Buffett regularly treats his grandchildren and great-grandchildren to monthly lunches to Daily Queen instead of 5-star hotels. It's to avoid expensive meals and focus on budget meals with tasty food so he can save. Number 9, don't be afraid to use coupons in front of friends. Warren Buffett says, no matter how rich you are, coupons are beneficial for saving money. If coupons help you to save money, why not use them? Once Bill Gates and Warren Buffett were eating at a McDonald's in Hong Kong, and Buffett paid the bill using coupons only. So don't be afraid to use coupons. Number 10, don't waste money on a lavish wedding. It's easy to spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on a fancy wedding, and for someone as rich as Warren Buffett, you can think how much he can do. However, when he married his second wife, they had a very simple ceremony at his daughter's house. The ceremony took 15 minutes, followed by dinner at a casual seafood restaurant. Try to implement these frugal habits into your life to become rich and financially free. This is the second part of the frugal habits of Warren Buffett. Number 1, not buying the fanciest cars. Buffett prefers to get an older model or used car from a brand he trusts. He admitted he's seldom in the market for a new vehicle, saying, the truth is, I only drive about 3,500 miles a year, so I will buy a new car very infrequently. So it's always best to live below your means. Number 2, choose inexpensive hobbies. Our hobbies should be inexpensive. Playing bridge is a favorite hobby for Warren Buffett, which requires only a deck of cards and some like-minded people. Buffett once said, if I ever go to jail, I'd want my cellmates to be bridge players. Number 3, spending on things you don't need. A known fact was when Buffett's first child was born, he converted a dresser drawer into a bassinet. For his second child, he borrowed a crib. Buffett said, if you buy things you don't need, you will soon sell things you need. Take a look at your finances and figure out where you can cut down. This frugal lesson teaches us, it's better to borrow items if you don't need them for a longer time. Number 4, not sticking to name brand purchases. Buffett avoids unnecessary spending. He said, do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. He doesn't care much for designer suits or the latest iPhone model. He feels it's unnecessary. None of his suits or clothes is costly brand names, but simply good quality suits that will last him a lifetime. Avoiding name brand products could save you a lot of money, not just on apparel, but also on everything from groceries to household essentials. Number 5, don't spoil your kids with material things. Buffett's daughter, Susan, said, "We lived in a nice house, but certainly not the biggest one in town. We went to public schools. We didn't get cars when we turned 16. Buffett gave a normal lifestyle to his family instead of the silver spoon millionaire lifestyle depicted in Richie Rich comics. Number 6, don't invest with borrowed money. I've never borrowed a significant amount of money in my life. Never. I've got no interest in it," Warren Buffett told students at Notre Dame in 1991. Although young Buffett once borrowed 25% of his net worth for investing, he strongly advises against doing this. Number 7, use cash, not credit. While most of us prefer the convenience of a credit card for everyday purchases, Buffett prefers using hard cash. He said, 98% of the time, if I'm in a restaurant, I'll always pay cash. It's just easier. This method may sound a bit old school, but it is a fantastic way to ensure you stay within your budget and help prevent spending money you don't have. Number 8, invest in yourself. Buffett said, invest in as much of yourself as you can. You are your own biggest asset by far. Those returns are significant too. Anything you invest in yourself, you get back tenfold. Unlike other assets and investments, investing doesn't only mean money, but also time, so spend your time wisely. In the next video, we will cover the most important topic, which is the best frugal living tips for the upcoming recession. You can watch it by clicking here, and don't forget to subscribe to FinTuber Talks for more useful content. Despite being the wealthiest person in the world, Elon Musk might be one of the most frugal leaders. So we researched and collected specifically for this video 5 Elon Musk's smartest frugal living habits you must know. Number 5, try to replace or fix instead of buying a new one. Musk's on and off partner Grimes revealed in an interview with Vanity Fair that when she shared a home with Elon Musk in Los Angeles, the mattress they slept on had holes. When Grimes brought up the issue of the holes in the mattress, Musk suggested that they replace his bed with the one at her house rather than purchasing a new one. Being the world's richest person in the world, he chooses to replace the mattress instead of buying a new one. It's not luck that he's one of the wealthiest people in the world. Number 4, spend money on things which you need. Musk once had a $100 million real estate portfolio, but he listed the last of his properties in June 2021. He explained that he was selling his properties to fund his mission to bring human life to Mars and other projects. During an interview with TED, Musk said, "I don't even own a place right now. I'm staying at friends' places." Elon Musk spends most of his wealth on the things which matter to him. Number 3, avoid fancy restaurant meals. At Musk's house, you probably won't find cases of caviar and champagne. Grimes told Vanity Fair that when she lived with Musk, she ate peanut butter for 8 days in a row. In his teenage, he decided to see if he could get by for a month on $30 for food. He mainly bought a lot of hot dogs and oranges, but now and then he would add some pasta and tomato sauce to change things up. He managed to do it. Musk said, "If I can eat for $1 a day, I can easily make $30 in a month, so I should be fine." He says that it gave him the confidence that he didn't need a high salary to live and the freedom to pursue his more ambitious goals. Number 2, live below your means. In an interview in 2015, Musk said, "My threshold for existing was pretty low, so I thought I could live in a shabby apartment with just a computer and be fine." And similarly, Grimes said in an interview, Elon Musk does not live like a billionaire. He lives at times below the poverty line. So be simple and always live below your means. Before I show you the last frugal habit, make sure you hit the like button and let me know in the comments below, whose frugal living tips do you want to know in our following videos? Number 1, educate yourself. Elon Musk invests most of his time in learning, and because of this, he can now manage multiple companies. Even world's top investor Warren Buffett says, invest in as much of yourself as possible. You are your own biggest asset by far. Despite being one of the most successful investors, Charlie Munger chooses to live frugally. So we researched and collected specifically for this video 10 Charlie Munger's smartest frugal living habits you must know. Number 10, don't fall into quick rich schemes. Avoiding quick money schemes is something Charlie Munger advises strongly. He claims that getting rich quickly is highly challenging. You can build wealth with less effort if you focus on the long term. Charlie Munger regularly invests to save money and does not try to time the market for a higher return. Charlie Munger argues that instead of putting in extra effort to achieve a higher return, one should focus on improving their skills. Number 9, make a budget and stick to it. A budget is simply a money management plan. A budget ensures your costs match your income and you have enough to save. Budgeting helps us to avoid living paycheck to paycheck, which is unpleasant and causes debt. By creating a budget, we can see where our money is going, and accordingly, we can make the required changes. If we know what costs us the most, we can reduce or eliminate them over time. Number 8, educate yourself. Take the time to educate yourself. Even Buffett said, invest in as much of yourself as possible. You are your own biggest asset by far. Those returns are significant too. For example, if you want to learn some good ways to live frugally, you can watch videos and read articles to get a complete picture of how people live frugally. Charlie Munger advises only buying shares of companies you understand and avoiding those you don't. So even before investing, educate yourself. Number 7. Cut your expenses and save money. Maintaining a sustainable lifestyle is the most incredible way to protect yourself from inflation. Fear of inflation is common, but Charlie Munger provides a low-effort solution. For instance, Charlie Munger and Warren Buffett live in upper-middle-class homes rather than mansions to invest more and build their wealth. It's easy to get caught up in the desire for a higher standard of living, but it's crucial to remember that you don't need everything. With this mindset, you can go through any recession or even a high inflation period. Number 6. Failure is the great teacher. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, afraid of not learning from them. Charlie Munger doesn't shy away from failure. He considers it necessary for learning and growth in a frugal lifestyle. Consider the scenario where you want to create a budget for your expenses, but end up making it so restrictive that it can't accommodate your lifestyle. Don't just brush off the error, learn from it, and adjust the budget accordingly. Congratulations! You have completed 50% of the Charlie Munger's frugal living tips, and the upcoming 5 will be more useful and exciting. So keep watching. Number 5. Avoid debt. Many people can't avoid getting into debt. It can help you pay for a new car, college, or a house. But it can also be a burden that keeps you from achieving your goals. Debt isn't always bad, but it can be. If you can't pay it off or the interest rates are too high, making smart decisions about your money and how you spend it is essential. Debt-free living is essential to a frugal lifestyle because it removes the need to worry about money and helps create a healthy mentality. Number 4. Passion is the key to your success. Charlie Munger clarifies that success is unlikely to follow if you don't love what you do. Inevitably, Warren Buffett has made similar comments. To become more frugal and save money, you must develop enjoyable habits. So it will be fun to try them out and see how they work. So make sure to implement those frugal habits you are passionate about following. Number 3. Discount shopping strategy. One who practices frugality, limits unnecessary expenditures, and utilizes available resources. It's possible to shop and save money in a variety of ways. Discount shopping is a common strategy. The key to saving money while shopping is to take time and compare prices at different stores. Many consumers now often look for sales when they shop, while others wait for Black Friday or Cyber Monday. So, if you're looking to save money on your next purchase, try to grab the best deals. Number 2. Pick up a book, not your phone. Charlie Munger went straight from high school to Harvard Law School without getting a bachelor's degree, because he read a lot, which helped him to reach that level. He says we should spend less time on phones and more time for reading. Munger says, in my whole life, I have known no wise people who didn't read all the time. Number 1. Have positive mindset. Frugality is a state of mind in which a person is happy with what they have. It is the opposite of being greedy. People who are cautious with their money are delighted with what they have and willing to share. The key to being frugal is to do what you can to save money and not spend it on things you don't need. Some might think being frugal is just about saving money, but it's more than that. It's also about being careful with resources and the environment. Charlie Munger has some of the best tips for living frugally, but many of his habits were taught to him by his good friend Warren Buffett. Number 15. Lower your cell phone bills. If your monthly cell phone bill is as much as your monthly grocery budget, you need to find ways to save it. Eliminating unnecessary add-ons from your cell phone plan, such as premium data plans, insurance, and extended warranties, can help you save money. Feel free to change your service providers if you find better options in the market. Number 14. Unsubscribe from marketing emails. There's a reason why companies send you emails saying, we have a coupon for you, but it's only valid for the next 12 or 24 hours. Dave Ramsey says that this makes you feel like you need to use the coupon immediately because you may think you will not get another chance. It makes you spend more. In psychological terms, it is called impulse buying. So according to Ramsey, the easiest thing we can do to avoid impulse buying is to unsubscribe from those company emails. Ramsey says that the best way to avoid making a bad purchase is to wait until the next day. Most of the time when you wake up the next morning and realize that you no longer want the item, it is a smart strategy to avoid impulse buying and manage your money smartly. Number 13. Look for discounts. Dave Ramsey often says, you'll never know until you ask. Asking if there are deals on things like movie tickets, concert tickets, or tickets to a sports game can help you save money. Often, they offer discounts to certain groups of people, like students, teachers, or senior citizens, which can help you save a little extra cash. Try negotiating to get the best deal if the discount is not offered. Number 12, freeze your spending. Dave Ramsey says that the best and easiest thing you can do to live more frugally is to stop spending. Give yourself a few days where you don't buy anything at all. If you want to cut your spending quickly, this will help you stick to your monthly budget while giving you a great way to save money. Number 11, plan vacation in your city. It seems strange to plan a vacation in your area, but it's a great way to save money and time. We all know that vacations can cost a lot of money. Dave Ramsey often says that people who can't afford to travel on vacation shouldn't do it. So if you know that traveling will cost you more than you can afford, try to find new places in your city that you have yet to see. We're sure you won't be disappointed. Number 10, cancel automatic subscriptions. If you've seen any episodes of the Dave Ramsey Show, you already know that you should have a written detailed budget, so you'll need to be sure where your money is going. If you see that you have a lot of automatic memberships, most of which you probably don't need, you should cancel them. These can be subscriptions like gym memberships, multiple streaming services, music networks, etc. Also, make sure that you manually renew them every month instead of having them auto-renew, so you will renew if you need it. Before I show you the more interesting and useful frugal living tips, please hit the like button, and if you find the video useful at any point of time, subscribe to encourage my efforts. Thank you. Number 9, pay off your debt using debt snowball method. When it comes to paying off the debt, you have many options. Dave Ramsey says that the debt snowball method is the easiest and best way to pay off debt, and he says getting out of debt is the first step towards learning to save money and build wealth, and this is possibly the most important frugal living tip. He devised a great way to pay off debt called the debt snowball. The process involves listing debts from largest to smallest. The mortgage on your home is probably the largest debt you have, followed by the loan on your automobile, and finally the credit card debt. When you have your debts in order, you may target the smallest and pay them off as quickly as possible. And if you keep doing this, you eventually come to the big expenses, like your home, which will probably take off for a very long time. Number 8, avoid using credit cards. Dave Ramsey says people who want to be free from debt shouldn't have credit cards. This is for people without self-control and who can't stop spending. Make it a habit to buy something only if you have the cash to pay for it immediately. But if you want to maintain the credit card, pay it back as soon as possible to save from high interest rates. Number 7, avoid buying new vehicles. Dave Ramsey believes buying a car is a big decision, so you should consider it carefully. He's against buying new cars because the value of new cars goes down over time. In the first 5 years, it loses 60% of its value, so he doesn't think this is a very good investment option. The value of a brand new car drops by 18% in the first year, so Dave says that you should buy a year-old car whenever you want a new car. He doesn't like renting a car or going into debt to buy a new car. So the best thing to do is put money aside each month and save up until you have enough money to buy the car without going into debt. Number 6, spend unexpected income wisely. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes you might get a work bonus, tax refund, or an inheritance that gives you some extra money. Dave Ramsey says you should treat that extra money as part of your income and go on the frugal living path instead of buying new items with that extra money. If you still have debts, spending that money to pay off your debts or credit card balance would be better. If you don't have any debt, put that money into an emergency fund. Number 5, build an emergency fund. After you've paid off most of your debts, Dave Ramsey says that the next thing you have to do is to build an emergency fund. The money you need to save for an emergency fund should be enough to cover all your basic living costs and fixed monthly bills like monthly mortgage, car payment, car insurance, home insurance, petrol, groceries, and utilities for at least 3 to 6 months. It will help you handle any financial setbacks so you don't have to go back into debt and can keep living the life you want to live. But don't forget that your emergency fund should always be easily accessible and only be used in emergencies. Number 4, cut down your grocery budget. After making a budget, most people are shocked to see how much they spend at the grocery store every month. The average American family with 2 kids spends around $928 a month. It's easy to spend more than you plan at the grocery store, but these small purchases add up to a lot and cause the budget to be blown every month. Dave Ramsey's show talks about this a lot. You could easily avoid this by ordering groceries online, saving time and money. This frugal tip can help you avoid those tasty treats that are bad for your budget. Before I show you the top 3 most important frugal habits, make sure to like this video and let me know in the comments below. Which Dave Ramsey frugal habit do you like the most and are ready to implement in your daily life? Number 3, sell it if you don't need it. It's a simple frugal living habit. Every once in a while, it's a good idea to look around your house for things you never use. When you have enough, you can start selling them on online marketplaces. It will make someone happy on the other side, and you will get some money in return. Dave Ramsey says you can also use this for things you used but are not happy with. For example, if you bought an item and its return period is completed, like you don't like using it anymore, then sell it. There's someone out there who would love to have it. Number 2, avoid outside food. Since food is a necessity, it's normal to spend much of your paycheck on it. Dave Ramsey said an insane fact that the average American family spends $294 a month just on eating outside. Even if you eat out only once or twice a week, that can add up over time. And if you don't have much money and are looking for ways to save money, you might restrict yourself to eating at home and packing your lunch when you go outside instead of spending in fancy restaurants. Number 1, increase your income. Increasing your income is the best way to get out of debt faster, pay bills, and afford a decent lifestyle. There are many ways you can increase your income. If you have free time, you can plan to start an online business and make passive income, or if you are skillful in a particular domain, you can sell your service on freelance platforms like Upwork and Fiverr, or you can work overtime in the office to get the extra salary. Do you want to know the best and smartest frugal living tips from one of the wealthiest people in the world? If yes, click on the playlist shown here. Friends, I hope you got to learn something from this video. Please subscribe and hit the like button for more content like this, as I will keep bringing such knowledgeable videos for you. Thank you for giving your valuable time.